Greetings everyone, my name is Altarian and welcome to Doki Literature Club. But guys, do not be fooled by this name, because behind these beautiful teenage girls hides something dark, sinister and disturbing. Warning, 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 and warning. You have been warned, warning. Disturbing content incoming. If you cannot handle disturbing content, do not watch it, I guess. But this game has been advised to me by one of my wonderful subscribers. Thank you. And I have no clue what I'm up for. I just know it's gonna be disturbing. So I'm curious to what you have set me up for. Let's start a new game. Yeah, let's just start a new game. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Let's go. Enter your name. I'm gonna be Darian Sun. Darian Sun. There we go. Alrighty, guys. I do not know. Hey! How do I click? Okay. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That's exactly how she did. Exactly, my friends. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because, you know each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school we would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Waiting up? Okay, impatient guy. Impatient. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Yeah. I don't know how these anime girl sounds, but I almost laughed again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Eee! You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. Oh my god, this probably sounds so horrible. It probably sounds horrible. That's mean, Darian son. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Sayori. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hehe. We cross the streets together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commutes. By the way, Darian-san, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining. I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you wanted to join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of my many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Sounds about my life right there. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize and have any skills before college. Excuse me? Did you just disrespect my childhood? The fuck? Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Aw, that's scaring, Sayori. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought if you become a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. This girl just disrespected me in real life, and that hurts. Excuse me, I'm making YouTube videos. Alright. This is disturbing content for sure. Let me save here, because I think we're gonna be needing the saves. And I know you're happy now. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clips if that makes you happy. No promises though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yeah! Yeah! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry me so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation.
Clubs.
Sayori wants me to check out some clubs, so I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
I mean, that's kinda nice, no? Anime club? I mean, I'm up for it. Let's go. Let's go.
Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and I realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming from out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Aw, she likes us.
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yeah!
There is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she'd had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less than 99%. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club if that's okay with you.
Come on, please. Why do you care
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
I'm convinced! Cupcakes! Ha! I like. That's a girl to my heart. Cupcakes. That Natsumi, or whoever she is, we're gonna romance her if that's a possibility. Cupcakes fills a man's heart. A belly.
Don't make
promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's cunning as to have planned all of this out. Probably both. I let out a sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? See, he understands me. Mental link. Cupcakes.
Yay, let's go.
Oh, the music was a bit loud to my ears, guys. I think I'm gonna become deaf soon. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I sold myself for a cupcake. Can I just do a little bit less? Just like a little bit less. Just a little bit less. Like this. Perfect. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here! I told you.
I told you, don't call me a new member. A glass surrounds the room. Wow, girl 1.
Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you.
She looks kinda shy.
Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Tarian-san, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredible cute girls!
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I didn't recognize.
Ah, it's the one with the cupcakes.
Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Tarian-san. Monika smiles sweetly.
Oh, she is definitely a teaser. Teaser. That attitude, that posture, she is teasing and then she dumps you in the garbage can. Don't trust her.
We do know each other well.
We rarely talk, but we're in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Boy, that is not true. You can score anybody if you have attitude and self-confidence. It's one thing I learned about women in my life is that they like very differently than men do. They focus on different things. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, you too, Monika.
Come sit down, Tarian-san. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I'm a little too excited. Then, how do I make some? Do I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. This still feels a little bit awkward, but I take my seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow!
Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray and reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icings and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Ah, she's the tsundere type, probably, if I remember my terminology correctly. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika, and I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking, glancing in my directions. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Did she put in poison there? Knife, nails, what kind of horrors can we expect from this little cute girl? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. That's real good. Real good. I sound like an ogre. Real good. Give me more cupcakes. No. Thank you, Natsuki. Guys, it's just tea. I promise. It's just tea. I'm just by natural so crazy.
What are you thinking? It's not like I
haven't heard this somewhere before.
waiting for you or anything?
I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy.
Alright. Calm down. Sit down. Chill out. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Wow, this is so picturesque. It's like really I've never had clubs here in Europe. After school, you go to clubs outside of school where you pay a lot of money to join. You keep a whole set. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom.
Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
Yeah, I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that you know... I believe you.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and then smiles to me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged by Sayori.
Well, actually, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so, that's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Is that alright?
Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club?
I mean, you could
Probably be a board member for any major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of this politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika is really a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm just surprised that there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way, yes. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it comes to that... when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it!
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Darian, son, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obviously by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological element usually impress me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Well. Oh, really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But it's a short story, but it's if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for just a brief moment.
Yeah, I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, it's just
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last meeting club. It looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't say it out loud!
And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes.
Why do you care?
I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reach of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzingly at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of your own. Then, next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all to get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Arian-san?
Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there is one little problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what I've been having on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with deep hate, violence, and fantasies in their eyes.
But I'm sorry, I thought... Darian-san...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I have decided then. I'll join the literature club.
One by one, these girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down.
Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment there.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share, okay? Monica looks over at me once more. Darian-san, I look forward to see how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Darian-san, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
So far, it is a peaceful, cute game. And with that, the two of us departed the club room to make our way home. The hallway. My mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Ooh, he is choosing. He is choosing. That's what he's doing. Contemplating. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. He definitely has his eyes on her because she's the school superstar, whatever. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Mirror. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whomever likes your poem the most. Oh! Amazing. Skirt. Forgive. Extraordinary. Misery. Portrait. Graveyard. Fester. Peaceful. Universe. Oh! Wait, are they jumping at random or are they jumping as soon as I touch a word? No, they're jumping at random. Okay, graveyard. Ah, definitely this one. Entropy, cloud, skipping, treasure, aura, determination, unrestrained, vibrant, email, tragedy. Tragedy. Inferno, dream, desire, electricity, ocean, broken imagination, chocolate, kiss, firework, kiss. Definitely this one. So we got graveyard for, I forgot the names already. Yuri. Natsuki is a kiss. Tragedy is Sayori. Okay, waterfall, fickle, infallible, calm, vanilla, lazy, cheer, climax, unrequint, landscape. Landscape. Color, fluffy, hurt, swimsuit, lucky, pink, rose, papa, cage, strawberry. Definitely that one. Parfait, feather, shiny, horror, family, sugar, music, tears, breath, nature, horror. Precious, daydream, prayer, anime, rainbow, games, beauty, incapable, defeat, lipstick. Prayer. Beauty. I don't know why, but prayer says something to me. Atone. Covet, hope, Valentine, night grow, love, dazzle, embrace, cheeks, boop, embrace. Marshmallow, clumsy mouse, loud, explode, shame, raindrop, unending, melody, nimble, melody. Whisper, frightened. Vitality, pain, pure, analysis, hair, puppy, starscape, massacre, massacre. Bunny, death, empty, summer, sunny, adventure, candy, special, space, peace, twirl. Let's go on an adventure. Dark, rain cloud, philosophy, dark. Contaminated, vacation, anger, heartbeat, entity, and eternity, romance, melancholy, happiness, afterimage, disarray, eternity. A journey, variant, sphere, spinning, jump, play, flower, kawaii, fantasy, together. Excitement, bad, sensation, meager, agonizing. Sticky, anxiety, flying alone, grief. Holiday, whistle, promise, scar. Wrath, lollipop, marriage, silly, headphones, tenacious. discuss. Giggle, smile, lust, sweet joy, sparkle, time, destiny, ribbon party. Lust. The spy, sunset, fireflies, hopeless, uncontrollable, disoriented, warm, question, uncanny, flea, fireflies! Okay. No idea what in the name of Doki Doki we just created, guys. It must be a horrendous mixture. That was a cacophony of words.
Hi, Tarian-san. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I mean, at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. And I was the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Tarian-san. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack.
Let me save, and I need some tea. My throat is...
Sarah, you told me you didn't even want to join the club this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here to hang out or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
I don't like the girl. She might be up to something, guys. She might be up to shoving the cupcake down her throat. And another one. And another one. And another one. Until the throat is jammed and oxygen does not flow in anymore. Or she just wants to be friends. It's a possibility as well.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Tarian-san always gives its best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sorry, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Tarian-san can become good friends too?
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything at all in the first place. Ha! So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Now donate me gifts. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out the book.
I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
Schedule to the side.
And we could, you know, discuss if you wanted to.
Ooh, she's sneaky. giving a book, wanted to discuss. Nice moves, even if she's so shy. Nice moves, appreciate that. This is, how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I mean, I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically take the book.
Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace, okay? I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone is settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some shalluded activities from the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is all buried in the book, and I can't help to notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for a chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today, but weren't we supposed to do the poetry? Poetry? I made a freaking poem for today. I slammed down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related like by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. Close my eyes and end up listening to Sayori's conversation with Monica.
We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs now. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? You just need a way of showing that to everybody. Something that speaks to their creative mind. It doesn't solve the problem though.
What do you mean?
Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, no one will come to the first in the first place if it's a literature event. So, if it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds.
What's this? Sayori is taking it really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberate like this.
That's a good point, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Ooh, what kind?
Well, I guess we could...
Cupcakes!
Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that.
You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative dummy.
Sheesh, cupcakes it is then.
I'm hungry.
Anyways, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. Interesting. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get into my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Ugh! I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fell out of my chair.
Hehe, sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't napping club. Does our school have a napping?
Does our school have a napping club?
You're saying you're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You need to get used to it.
Don't say that out loud! I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
It's true though.
Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori.
Hehe.
It's what I do best. And that's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you?
Not every day. That's not very convincing.
That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time?
That's, it's a secret.
I knew it.
Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt.
I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over your face, okay?
Yeah.
Sayori glances around at herself.
How is it written all over my...
You were clearly in a rush this morning, Sayori. I saw you running with the bread in your mouth. You know, like the bread walk around the morning? Look, your hair is sticking out all around over here.
Ah.
I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. That is pretty romantically. She's gonna blush. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair is just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than that. There is more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would ever notice that.
Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Ha!
Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your
blazer buttoned up. Oh, but that's because that's a trick. That's a trick to show a bit of femininity. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
That's super mean.
Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. My god, guy, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing?
This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things.
Huh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid.
It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you?
I guess.
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close?
I struggle to fully close the button near her chest.
Does this thing ever fit you properly?
It did when I bought it.
If you ever button it, would you have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore? What are you smiling about?
It means my boobs got bigger again.
Don't say that out loud! Anyways, you look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that?
But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all.
Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more.
Whew, that's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying like it's a good thing? Wow, this guy is oblivious to the circumstances. This girl is trying her best and showing off everything she can, and this guy just gives 0 Fs.
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would, anyways. So that's why I keep it unbuttoned.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez. Well, anyways, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
If only you focus on getting to bed earlier.
Fine, fine. It's a deal.
Hee. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so.
So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning.
Oh, she got moves! She got moves! Wow! Breaking boundaries like crazy! You're doing it again, Sayori.
But I was joking this time.
Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes.
Okay, everyone.
Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poem you wrote now?
Yay! Darian-san, I can't wait to read yours.
Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem.
By the way, did you remember to write the poem last night?
Yeah, I did. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find such inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, Sayori, of course, since she is our closest friends. Let's go to Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all, that's exactly what I thought.
Oh my goodness. This is so good, Darian-san.
Ah?
I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer.
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Haha!
Jesus. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki. Are you sure you don't like just because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it. So, I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when you read a poem, it's not just a poem, it's Darian-san poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
I'm really happy you just wrote... I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's just like you said before, Darian-san. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do, okay?
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, but then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem right too? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Can you see it? Not so well, but I'm too lazy to move my camera.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinking Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub my sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad.
I want breakfast. I like this one. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this?
No, it's just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to say yes or a no question.
I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that
makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be so mean. I still tried my best.
Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounded just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the last line.
I made eggs and toast.
I love this girl. She's funny. She's so pure. She's amazing.
Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I got all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in that.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thank you for showing me.
It was so much fun. Monica is the best.
Yeah. But next time I won't forget.
Next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay, now let's go to Natsuki. Because I got no idea what we actually wrote.
Well, is it about what I expected from someone like you?
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just it didn't evoke my emotions.
So basically, it's not good enough for your taste.
No. Do you want me to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
You can't see it again, but that's not my problem because I'm too lazy to move my camera.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
Actually good. That's actually good.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, but so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't this the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening, so I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight to the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, let's go to Yuri and keep the dessert for last, because apparently our guy here, for some reason, is pretty attracted to Monica. But I don't really care. No, you know what? Let's do Monica first and keep Yuri as last. She's about the horror, and since this is a psychological horror, let's see what it does.
Hey, Tarian. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever give any suggestions for the club, like new activities or other things we can do better, I'm always listening, okay? Don't be afraid to bring it up.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. What is she saying? What is she thinking? I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyways, want to share the poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, sure, I guess I have to. Don't worry, Tarian son.
We're all a little embarrassed today, okay? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true.
I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like.
Is that so?
You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sorts of things in common.
Yeah. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case, but maybe there is also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like you two really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think.
So I think it's kind of the vibe when I get reading your poem.
You're sure you're reading into it too much?
Haha, it could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayuri's writing was kind of a gentle feeling to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too?
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each their own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot.
It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
And that's okay. I love you see try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kind of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you the best. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write, okay? It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I can always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it. Oh, that's a long one. Damn it. You even have to scroll down.
Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A real blind, like a film left out of the sun. But it's too much. My retinas. Already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in.
Does she has family abuse? Wow.
So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it.
Sorry, I'm not really the right person to be asking for feedback.
It's okay. It's kind of the style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. Then performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, a story, your brain gets too fixed on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Anyway, another way to think about this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, it'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks a lot for listening.
And now the cherry on the cake. The horror girl. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than a minute. More than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Oh, hold on. Okay. So, this is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it.
So it's that bad.
No. Did I raise my voice? I'm sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice. It's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere.
It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right, it's just that there is a specific writing habit that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognized in the new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both that the style and the expressions are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it is as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many difficult skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. So I hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though, but...
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this the purpose of a literature club? Wow. Super elegante handwritingo. This is calligraphy. Ghost under the light.
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Wow, super deep. That goes as deep. I wanted to say something funny, but it's not coming.
I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But you took a long time to read.
Ah, well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I very much like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about the ghost at all, Tarian-san.
Really? I have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolized compared to a ghost. Lingering in their last remaining place of comfort, you're unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
Wow, that's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought about that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be too long before you pick up on these things too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I am. I guess I'll have to just keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
Okay. I wonder if these poems were something very deep and dark, something we don't understand. I don't understand. My brain does not do poems. But, maybe these were foreshadowings. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room and that was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It is as if everyone is judging me from my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there is no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting into myself into. Across the room over there, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Ah! You mean you tried that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Huh? If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Tarion-san did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Tarion-san liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Tarion-san appreciated my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Aren't you full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would have deliberately go out my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? Wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Tarion-san started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that was a little... This doesn't involve you! Guys, I don't like fighting.
Suddenly both girls turned towards me, as if they noticed I was standing there.
Tarion-san, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. That's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain it to Tarion-san. Wait, there's a reason to have so many deep and expressive words in another language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Tarion-san? Well...
How did I get dragged into girl fight in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. One, two, three. I will go with Yuri. I like her writing style. Natsuki. You're right. I liked your poem.
See?
Wait! That's not an excuse to be so bloody mean, okay? You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri.
Eh?
You're a seriously talented writer. It's not a secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. Listen to me! Before starting to speak, I'm trying to ease the tension here. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting their feelings into it and it becomes something really personal, you understand? Yuri, Natsuki! That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said the poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologize. Don't you think you should too?
In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant only causes she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clean my head. Sayori,
she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm going to do exactly that. Else it'll spare me having a look at all your faces right now.
And without warning, Natsuki snatched her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples with the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Is everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being threatened like that? You handled it as well as everybody else could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Darian-san. You're too kind. I'm thankful that you have a part of this clip now.
It's nothing.
One more thing. The one thing that Natsuki said. About, you know... I would never do anything so shameful. So...
What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Darian-san, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something about your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about kinds of poems everybody likes, so with any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I know to myself with newfound determination.
Darian-san, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. This really is the first time I've seen them fighting like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate him, do you?
No, I don't hate him. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
You know, Darian-san, it's nice that I got to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everybody else makes me the happiest. And I think everyone likes you too.
That's Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop here? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to others, but it's easy to use Sayori as the internal monologue sometimes.
Okay, yeah,
let's do this. Interesting. Alright. Poem number... I think I'm going to focus on Yuri this time. I don't know, but she has something going on. She has something going on. Doki Doki. Disarray. Time, contamination, Valentine, adventure, sunset, defeat, inferno, hair, whisper. Whisper. No. Unrequent, pure, mouse, comfort, uncanny, waterfall, unending, vivid, vacation, comfort. So, sophisticated words. Uncanny. Rain cloud, amazing, judgment, sugar, headphone, sensation, vertigo. Atone, philosophy, swimsuit, tragedy, extreme, vivacious. Yeah, we're getting it now. Clouds, heaven sent. Universe, vanilla, thrill, extraordinary, afterimage, misery, passion, email. Heaven sent? Yeah, this O, essence, hopeless, chocolate, dark, shame. Determination! Misfortune, result, starscape, essence. Color, incongruent. Skipping, destiny, sunny, wrath, incongruent. Horror together, lipstick, jumpy, tenacious. Bunny, oh, I'm acing it! Bunny, dance, games, variants, ambience, clumsy, secretive, melancholy. Variant, melancholy. Yeah, lollipop, uncontrollable memory, ocean. Skirt, love, effulgent. Beauty, bliss, peaceful, anime, shiny cheeks, disaster, shopping, giggle, aura. Daydream, excitement, rainbow, suicide, lust, incapable, vitality, melody, loud friends. Let's see who likes suicide. Wait, one of these two maybe. Let's click on vitality. Yeah. Parfait, sparkle, frightening, sweet, fireflies, kawaii, raindrops, promise, spinning, breathe. Parfait. No, that's this one. Eternity, captive, childhood, family, unrestrained, despise, hate, anxiety. I'm doubting now. Eternity. Dream, meager, night, electricity, dazzle, party, boop, heartbeat, fantasy, kitty. Nightgown. Not this one. Calm, summer, blanket, love, existence. Infinite, climax, smile, question, existence. Joy, forgive, precious, happiness, pleasure, pressure, massacre, precious. No. Graveyard, nature, kiss, empty, holiday, peace, depression, nimble, vibrant. Charm, wonderful, special, prayer, hope, broken, pink, socks, cheer, bad. Charm. No, but I think we got a lot of Yuri. I think we got Yuri pretty nice this time. Interesting. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. No, I have gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days, and entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hey, Terian-san.
Yo! Yo! Sayori! What's up, bro fist? Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's pretty a simple thing to get you in the mood. But I guess it's always been the simplest things with you anyways. Speaking of which,
I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
Nah, thanks.
Ah! That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. I have my eyes set on a goal, Sayori, and you do not understand. I'm a man with a mission. I am doing poetry now. Oh, the hell am I doing? Ah, let's save the game, by the way. I haven't saved. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why that all of a sudden?
Ah, that's why the reason. Sayori abuses us as a walking bank machine, a money dispenser. Well, Sayori, no reason at all. I just wanted to, you know, take a glance at your wallet. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and opens it up. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill into the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I bloody knew it, Sayori. I can see right through you, girl.
That's not fair. How did you even know?
It is simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming in the club. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all your money and that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You were always hungry, and that so leaves only one option.
Wah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles.
Huh?
I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in the books as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. It's just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Tarian's son to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you responsibly can afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution.
Ah.
I didn't mean that. I'm too embarrassed into my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. That's no way you could think like that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. Yeah, that. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there is little devil inside in all of us, isn't there?
Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she's bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't haven't come if I weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me some credit.
Oh, come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Sayori is playing an airhead. But she asked the other girl, Natsuki, to make cupcakes, so she then can force me to go for the cupcakes, because maybe we like sweets. Wow, mind games, mind games. She's bloody smart. Oh, did we just smack her?
Yeah!
Out of somewhere, something smacks her in the face and tumbles into the desk.
Ow! What was that? Huh? A cookie. Sure enough, that's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution.
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. I was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Nanatsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. So, wow, this Sayori is, wow, a bit weird. So she makes Natsuki mad. Natsuki just flings the cookie into her face, and Sayori goes like, haha, I like the cookie, hoo-hoo. Sayori rapidly tears up on the wrapper and takes a bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks so good too, Natsuki. Can I try? Jeez, beggars can be choosers, but yours is chocolate.
Yeah, why don't think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm happy that you shared the one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her.
Aw, jeez.
I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leaps down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori?
Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Where is Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything of her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah.
That's a bit unusual.
I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay.
She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
You don't think she's a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me?
Suddenly the door swings open.
Sorry. I'm super sorry. There you are.
Oh, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over a boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend?
What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzingly glances at me.
Never mind that. What held you up and...
never mind that. What held you up anyway?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music at all, Monica. I don't really... I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica.
Monica looks at me.
Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That's so cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? Well, in any case, I won't let you down, Tarian-san.
Monica smiles sweetly.
I didn't mean any pressure or anything.
I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I?
No, not really.
I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade.
I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway.
It looks like everyone is already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet, reading her naughty manga. She probably has some 80+ stuff there. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Crap. I think she noticed I was staring.
She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second.
Oh, cute.
But that only makes her hide her face deeper into the books. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? When I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, it just happened to buy 2 of them.
Aha. Sure you did, girl. Sure you did.
There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once I start to pick it up, you might have a hard time putting it down, though. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Oh, is that so?
What's it about, anyway?
Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front coverage.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere.
Yeah,
Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Stallion-san?
No, I mean, it's not that... I mean, I can definitely enjoy this kind of story, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri wasn't into these kind of things. So, she's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. That's usually with the shy types of people. I have the same, guys.
You don't want to know what's inside my head.
Bunnies and chihuahuas. I love chihuahuas, by the way.
Cute little chihuahuas. I love chihuahuas.
Anyway, back to the story. It's just that some kind of story.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but just because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. And then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plan. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, Yuri, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Oh, well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to the others. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, okay? And please stop me whenever I'm talking too much.
That's, I really don't think you need to worry. That should means you're passionate about reading, isn't it? At least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
Well, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading, aren't I?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you. It's just sometimes I'm not very used to reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything, okay?
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand that Yuri means about reading in company. It is as if I can feel the presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry, I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I didn't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
There, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri. Oh, it's the classic desk sliding to each other technique, sitting close to each other, and soon we will have unprotected hand holding. We like. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closed her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit over shoulders. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way. So instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it's kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Ooh. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. Oh, that's a new kind of romance. I should have played this game in the past, when I was still developing my skills of interacting with people I loved or liked. That's the kind of thing, I like it. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it on her thumb after it flips on the other side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her, but... That's okay. You're not used to reading a book, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you're being so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it at my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a little silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? Oh, her eyes goes to the side. I saw that. I saw you looking at me. How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid of, I don't know, she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerism. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Tarian-san, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Whoa, wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of things. I guess I more meant it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's time that we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after I pick up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up. Take a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. How about we start sharing first with Sayori and see how her reaction is, because first she was really happy. Oh, I like this one, Tarian-san. It has some nice feeling in it. I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you liked it yesterday poem better. I guess you got me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for your own good. Don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, I'd rather just hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Tarian-san. Never. Yeah, I guess so. You made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one then. What made yesterday's poem so great to this one then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out poems are good or bad. But
That's just what I got in my heart. It makes me feel things, yeah, and then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works, but then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writings you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Why don't you at least try giving me some thought?
You want to write something for me? Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself for once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There is a word for that, right? That's the word I'm looking for. Bittersweet. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help you give a rain cloud a little hug. And it makes me happy rainbows.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Darien-san. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Oh, it became huge!
Battles. I pop off my scalp like a lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck out one. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle and keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my finger goes, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secret hiding in the nooks and crannies. Dinging and dinging, scrapping and scraping. Blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friend looked through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in comes my friend. In they come, in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically put them on the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each of my friends, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the title between my feet. Happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head.
Fuck! This is going dark. Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being cheerful. Oh, well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Oh, thanks. I feel like it wasn't meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh?
I hope you keep it up.
Yay! Writing are the best. So I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Haha, don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with some things before dropping it in dropping it in lesser than a week. I wonder if this one of those times. But seeing her passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic.
It was kind of messed up, guys. It's kind of messed up. But these girls have some sad stuff going on. Let's keep Yuri for last. Let's go with Monica now.
Hi again, Tarian-san. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not a bad thing. I'm happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
Ha! Wouldn't count on that.
You never know.
Want to share what you wrote today?
Sure, here you go.
I gave my poem to Monica.
Alright. Great job, Tarian-san. I was going ooh in my head while reading. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low.
It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, I'll always count when I put in some effort.
Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that is full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to desire their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like this effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it by just feeling, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuisance. I can't take years for practice, which is assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near a level yet.
Don't worry much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you wanna read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's have a glance.
Save me.
The two colors, they won't stop. The colors, they won't stop. Bright.
Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, and endless. Cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless.
It's even more abstract than the last one, huh?
Haha. I guess it's just you went the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. Just kind of a thing I never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with space on paper. Choosing where and how I space my words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote these lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I do, I see. It's still hard for me to tell what's about though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be an abstract as physical expression of a feeling. A conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this even about writing? What am I talking about?
Funny. Nice one. Alright, we'll save. So, every single one of these girls is probably having some really messed up stuff. I don't know, I think Sayori is the classic happy girl that is in general maybe like having a good life, like family wise, but maybe she has some crazy insecurities. She thinks very low of herself, very low self-esteem, and she has hard time to really make deep connections with friends. That's what my first guess is. And so maybe she is super insecure and actually extremely sad that she can't manage to bind to people deeply, and everybody thinks of her just as a happy-go-lucky. Monica, two of her poems have given me the feeling that she has problems at home. Something like abuse, or maybe not even abuse. Maybe the parents are fighting daily and she's just suffering from it. That's what a feeling I have for these two. Thanks for listening. Let's try Natsuki now. I don't know what's with her. She doesn't give me too much of a bad vibe, to be honest. I don't know what's with her. I really don't know. Yet. I don't know yet. I need to read the second poem.
Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's any better either.
Phew.
Huh? Phew what?
Ah, well, anything that isn't train wrecking, I'll take it as a win.
And I get the feeling you're probably
The most critical.
what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognize my experience. Well then, keep practicing, maybe you'll be as good as me someday.
That's, yeah, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point.
Come to think of it, it's kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday.
Ah, you think so?
Yeah, well, I guess if you have been friends for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a
Type all of a sudden?
Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight.
Excuse me? I should slap her. Slap her! She just called me a dead weight, like I'm a dead body. That's pretty rough. First of all, she's saying I'm dead. Second of all, she's saying I'm a body. And I'm a body. I'm a good body. Well, that was unnecessary for. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way.
Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here.
Another big one. Oh my god.
Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Ickly, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders. So her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friend starts to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has her hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she hurts anyone. It is gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone.
That's like a diary piece.
Not bad, eh?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday. Yesterday was a bit short. I was just warming up.
I hope you didn't think that's the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know how people like that?
Do you think people like that?
Of course. It's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can't be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure, sometimes that you're afraid of people find out. They'll make fun of you, or think you're less. But that makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone, and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Well, on that note, you're definitely right. I do agree. She's right. She's very much right. We all have our own hobbies, and let us be happy. There is no need to start guessing, judging, or comparing, or saying whatever you say about other people. Just be happy. Just be happy, man. Just be happy. Do whatever you like. At least I can relate to that, and I'm sure a lot of other people can do too.
It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing useless. There is a good message. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it.
Natsuki is just a first year, so she has a lot of girly insecurities probably, I guess. She's not growing to the size she wants, she's comparing herself to other people, and she has maybe some weird hobbies like manga, so she feels a bit left out, maybe from other girls who are not doing it. So, and there we go for the cherry on the cake, Yuri. Let's see if we can match her expectations today.
Let's see what you've written today.
Yuri stares at the poem with surprised expressions on her face. Do you like it?
Darren, son, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know. It's fine, take your time.
Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds like really stupid, but seeing someone motivating my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write to myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Yuri nods. Everyone, even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do.
If it's with you. Wow, everybody has long poems again today, guys. The raccoon.
It happened in the dead of the night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread my hunger curiosity, the raccoon my urge. The moon increments its face and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes incited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I varnish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread. And I feed myself again. What the fuck? Wait. So, girl sees raccoon. Let me read that again. It happened in the dead of night. Blah 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 raccoon. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware the raccoon will come back. The beauty of the cutting knife has a symptom. The bread, the hunger, curiosity, the raccoon, and urge. The moon, the reflect the cutting knife, the very same light, glistening, raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions to the animal. The raccoon takes like to follow me, the raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently. Every time I banish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows up. Meets excitement, a rush of blood. So, she feeds the raccoon, she lures him in with bread, and then she slices him up like an easy prey, and then she does some barbecue with bread. And she repeats this process.
what can we understand about this poem and her life? Is she like a bit of mental, in a sense that she likes to toy with people? She likes to do some crazy plots? Is she crazy mean? Is she a little bit psycho? Is that what we're talking about?
It was a little more daring with this one than yesterday.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit close to my... Oh, it's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to it in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies.
What unusual hobbies do you have?
It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Oh, that's funny. Did Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for having strange interest?
She did?
Yeah. She was talking about what it does. Doesn't matter that you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody.
She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way?
Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common.
That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said this.
Don't worry. I have no reason to.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading with each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come and sit in the front room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
We don't have to do something for the festival.
It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days.
Well, it'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've been designing some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us that we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry, I thought you heard it about already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each one of us chooses a poem to recite during the evening. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Hee hee!
Sayori, who has been coloring posters, holds it up in front of us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica?
You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's bad of an idea?
Well, no.
It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I would never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember, Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each of us puts up a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what Literature Club is all about.
Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings.
Being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you in here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if
All it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem. Then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. Least we can do is help them out a little bit, don't you think, guys?
Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't even have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over it. Yay!
Whew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else. Yuri glances around at everyone else expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice. Ha! That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyways, let's move on to the main event. I want each one of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way!
Monika, that's too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem from the club, how do you expect them to do in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through a notebook to the specific poem she has in mind of herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand, actually. And finally, Monika finishes the reciting. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monika.
Thank you very much. Oh, I was just hoping to get a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
I'll go next.
What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches the sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After the Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. And just a moment ago, she practically refused to do it. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her thoughts. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables and fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure, and she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught off guard. That we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops off a chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one is called my Mido. Haha, sorry I giggled. Hehe.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way.
I see.
Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. This poem is aimlessly cheery like Sayori's. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she says she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone's thought. I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Hehe, even Tarian-san liked it. I guess it's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. It might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours that were sort of gentle delivered. Wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's, well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everybody. Hehe. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Tarian-san. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Tarian-san lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Look at them staring in anticipation. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once finished, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less than your abilities, and more about your lack of confidence in writing. That's something that will improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called, why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she is a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's like Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when it's spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if given life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, you do have at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people. I mean, doing it in front of other people will be easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's with just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think I would be the other way around. Well, it's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about at the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem to get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. No problem. Okay everyone, I think it's about done for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's a big day. I can't wait! I can do this. Alright, I stand up. And there is no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club. And impress Monica. Then, I'll have to do my best. But why Monica? Boy, it's about Yuri. We already chose one. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Hehe. Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, How am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Tensan, you don't have to say it. Whatever,
let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's been only a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Sayori is being a little quieter than usually on the way home. Hey, Sayori.
Huh? Sorry, I was spacing out.
Ah, no wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to...
Sayori fumbles her words.
So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you say?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. It is what it is. It is what it is. If Yuri asks, sure, I would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, why does the thought of that makes my heart bound? Given how hard it is for her to socialize, I feel awful turning her down so.
Isn't she beautiful and smart?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it.
Jeez. There is not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
Not need you?
Sayori,
I can't figure out what you're seeing. What you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody's in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take it away from her. That's why I said that there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Another poem. After this poem, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Adventure, melancholy, party together, horror, email, variance. Nature, comfort, suicide, shiny, nibble, starscape, lust, front strawberry, starscape. Scar, pout, vanilla, shopping, rose, dance, play, eternity, beauty, sing. Let's go with eternity. Papa smile, headphones, existence, jumpy, graveyard, sadness, sparkle, childhood dream, existence. Lollipop, grief, electricity, marshmallow, vivacious. Pleasure, tears, chocolate, disoriented. Let's go disorient. Sunset, sweet, misfortune, unrestrained. Amazing judgment, bliss, proof, precious, atone, disarray. Feather, unrequited. Giggle alone, after image. Meager, faster, infallible, misery, infallible. Music, prayers, only happiness, warm, playground, encouragement. Fantasy, bouncy, color, heaven sent. Firework, infinite, uncanny, flying, disaster, uncontrollable, insight, insight. Love, fickle, promise, inferno, rainbow, night grow. Shit, that was the wrong one, I remember that word. Journey, shame, vertigo. Dazzle, ocean, cheer, romance, clouds, death, fluffy, mouse, Simpson, breathe, dazzle. Ah, that's not her. Lucky, whistle, treasure, valentine, question, special, summer, excitement. Puppy, pink, wonderful, rain cloud, tenacious. Cheeky, fear, no, cheeks, fear, empty, ambient, boob, wizard, jump, agonizing, marriage, hopeless, ambient. Vibrant, kawaii, waterfall, effulgent. Okay, we definitely chose the poem for her again, but oh man, safe. There we go, guys. This was the first episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. The poems have been disturbing. So far, I have not been horribly mentally tortured by the game. We'll see what the second part gives. But so far, okay, pretty enjoying. Looking forward to the second part, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a great day, everyone.